by Edison, and today we are going to explore one of the prose lessons of class 12, Flamingo. The title is The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Well, children, well, a very happy and prosperous New Year 2019 to all my Easy English viewers and all my friends. At the very outset of the New Year 2019, the board exams are knocking at the door. Both class 10 and 12 students are now busy in hectic preparation and revision of their lessons. So keeping in view the demand of their revisional assignment, we are revising each and every lesson and discussing the important question answers of class 10 and 12. Today in this series we are discussing the question answers and the theme of the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Well, Prince,
Yes,
you'd
sir.
ask question, sir, what is this, fiction, the last lesson about? Ask.
What is the fiction, the last lesson?
Well, the last lesson written by Alphonse Daudet talks about the importance of one's mother tongue, particularly one's language. We are acknowledged by our own language. Our identity, our existence is well acknowledged by respect to our language. People who do not have respect and consideration for their own mother tongue or their own language are likely to lose their identity. In this very lesson also, you'll realize, Prince, that the man, Mr. M. Hamel, the French teacher, who has been devoted to the development of his own language, French, in the district of Alsace and Lorraine, has been working hard to make the people of French origin understand the importance of French language. Despite all his efforts, neither the parents nor the children have been serious enough to pay attention to the development of their own mother tongue, French. And now, all of a sudden, an order has come from Berlin, the headquarter, that the district of Alsace and Lorraine will be taught no more French lesson. The children will be taught only the German language. After hearing the order from Berlin, everybody got shocked, including the French teacher, Mr. M. Hamel, who never believed that such an order would be, posted by the administrator. As the Prussians have taken over the, city of Alsace and Lorraine, the order has come from Berlin that no more French lesson will be taught to the children of the Alsace and Lorraine. And that is a great shock and that is a great blow to the people of French origin, particularly for the student friends and his community. And that is the reason why the title has been given the last lesson. The the day on which M. Hamel was supposed to deliver his last lesson in French, there was a huge gathering, and M. Hamel, was ready with that. It was M. Hamel's last French lesson. He emphasized the importance of mother tongue and how it binds everybody together. He exhorted all of them to guard their native language through blamed himself. He also blamed himself for neglecting his own language. He regretted giving them a holiday when he wanted to go fishing. He wished he had not sent them often to water his flowers instead of learning their lesson. The parents too were not very keen for their children to learn. They preferred to put them to work on a farm or at the mills for a little more money than encouraging them to study. But after the announcement, all elders sat quietly at the back of the classroom with the regret, expressions on their faces. Mr. M. Hamel appealed to them again to hold fast to their language, as that was the key to their freedom and their identity. Now the question answers. That is very important. Let us discuss the question answers. Prince,
Yes, sir.
some of the question answers we will discuss. First of all, you ask what happened Yes. What tempted Franz to stay away from school? Yeah. Franz, being a student of a little bit, light nature, Franz, wanted to enjoy the warm and sunny weather of the day. There was sunny day. The chirping of the bird outside tempted him. The Prussian soldiers were drilling, and the open fields were back with the sawmill. So the sight outside, the scenic beauty outside, particularly the chirping of the birds, the warm and sunny day, tempted Franz not to attend the class. Yeah. What shows Mr. M. Hamel's love for the French language? Mr. M. Hamel's words, on the very day of the last lesson, suggests that he really loved his own language, French. His words show his love for the language when he said that the French language was the most lyrical and logical and the most beautiful language of the world. What Mr. M. Hamel said, that the French, language was the most lyrical and most beautiful and the cleverest language. It was the most, transparent language of the world. He said, he emphasized its importance by saying that it is valuable and gave them, its importance. Third question. Why were the elders of the village sitting in the classroom? The elders of the village were sitting in the back bench of the classroom as they were feeling, little bit sorry for having neglected their language earlier. They had also come to express their gratitude to M. Hamel, the French teacher, for his faithful service of 40 years. How many years,
40 years.
Prince he had served by teaching French language? 40 years.
40 years.
So the villagers were sitting in the last bench of the classroom just to express their gratitude to the gentleman, Mr. M. Hamel, the French teacher. They just wanted to express their gratitude to this gentleman who had really rendered his 40 years of long service teaching French to the people, though without any success. Question 4. What a thunderclap these words were to me. What were the words that shocked and surprised the narrator? The words by M. Hamel that shocked and surprised little Franz were that the class was going to be the last class of Mr. M. Hamel. It will be the last French lesson of M. Hamel. He further said that the order had come from Berlin that the district of Alsace-Lorraine will be taught no more French language. The children of Alsace-Lorraine will be taught only German language, and this order has come from Berlin. It was this, news that really worked as a thunderclap to all the people, particularly French and all the, children sitting there. This order was a great shock not only to M. Hamel but also to the children, including French. What did Mr. M. Hamel tell them about the French language? What did he ask them to do and why? M. Hamel's words, soured his love for the language when he said that the French language was the most logical, beautiful, and clearest language in the world. What did he say? That the French language was the most, beautiful, most logical, and most clearest language of the world. He also said that it is the duty of the people of the French origin to safeguard and remain the custodian of their language. It was their identity and key to their freedom. So losing their identity, losing their freedom by neglecting their own language would certainly result into loss of their freedom. And that is why he said that it is the duty of the people of the French origin to safeguard and remain a custodian of their language, French. And this is the last two questions. What was the order from Berlin and what changes did it cause in the school? The order from Berlin stated that henceforth only German was to be taught in the school of Alsace-Lorraine. It made the school's atmosphere quite an sober, and the French classrooms was occupied by the village people. And this is the last question. How did Mr. M. Hamel say farewell to his students and the people of the town? M. Hamel was very emotional and displayed a lot of patience. It seemed as if he wanted to give them all that he knew in one go. When the church clock struck 12, choking, he turned towards the blackboard and wrote as large as he could, Vive la France. That means long live French. The way he wrote this, Vive la France, which means long live France, this suggested that he wanted to give a message to the people that they should protect the language, they should defend their identity, they should defend their freedom by giving respect to their own language, French. Otherwise, their identity will be lost, their freedom will be lost. And perhaps this is the last question of the day. This is the last question. Yes. Yes. Give a character sketch of Mr. M. Hamel on the basis of the lesson, the last lesson. M. Hamel, the French teacher, has been portrayed in the lesson through the eyes of a young boy called Franz. A devoted teacher, he served the same school for over 40 years and was teaching them French, also considered a strict teacher who did not spare the ruler as when it was required. When it is in reality, he was a caring and emotional person who was very attached to his students. And Hamel was very particular about maintaining propriety. That is why on his last day, he wore the best of his clothes. He loved French and was proud of this language. He also took pride in being a French national. His last address showed how much love, respect, and loyalty he had towards his country, and finally exhorted the people to love their language and safeguard it as it was the key to their freedom. Thank you very much. That's all today. We shall continue by discussing another lesson some other day. Thank you.